Hello basketball coaches and basketball players, my name is Alan from Al's Basketball Training, and today I'm going to talk to you about different basketball plays that use high post players for screen and roll actions. Let's get down to the clipboard and let's check out these basketball plays. Okay, so in this first play we're going up against a man-to-man defense and we have a Horns offense set up. We're going to start with player 4. He's going to set a screen for player 1 and player 5 is going to be screening away for player 3. Player 3 is going to be popping up to the free throw line extended or a 45-degree angle out. And we're going to be having player 4 set a screen and roll. So we're going to be having player 4 roll towards the basket. So now one of three things can happen. Player 1 could be open for a three-point shot. Player 4 may be open for that layup. Or we could have player 3 open for a three-point shot. Something else that you may be open for as well is the fact that we may have player 2 dipping down a little bit too far to stop that roll from happening, where we may have player 2 open now for a three-point shot. Okay, so now one more Horns basketball play. This is another good one. So we're going to be having both player 5 and 4 setting screen and rolls for player 1. Okay, so now after that screen and roll from each side, player 1 is now going to decide which way to go. So let's say, for example, he goes right. So he's using player 4 as a screen. Player 4 is going to roll off and he's going to be cutting towards the rim. So now one of two things can happen. Player 1 can take a 3. Player 4 may be open for a layup. However, player 2 may be dropped down. Player 2 may be also open for a three-point shot. However, we may also have player 5 open when he, instead from rolling, he can even fake a roll and pop back out, where player 1 can skip pass over to player 5 for that three-point shot. Now these are both really great and viable options to run against a man-to-man defense. However, most likely you are going to be playing up against a zone defense as well. So here are some plays that you can run also against a zone defense. Okay, so here we have a high-low offense 3-out, or 1-3-1 offense it can also be called. And now we're playing up against a 3-2 zone defense. So what we're going to be having here to start is player 5. He is going to be setting a screen on player 1, and player 3 is going to be sneaking down towards this corner. Now, player 1 is going to be using that screen, but that's going to bring player 2 out. That's going to bring player 5 wide and player 4 covering the middle. And we're going to be having player 5 blue. He's going to be rolling towards the basket. Now, at this point in time, player 1 could pass to player 5 for the layup or a mid-range shot. That could also collapse the defense where player 4 and 3 may be open for shots. However, instead, we may also have player 3 open for a three-point shot. If player 5 gets it, player 3 could also cut baseline. And then also, what we could also have is a possibility of player 1 being open, or if we were to get player 3 the ball and he was to start driving, that would bring player 5 down, and that would now isolate player 4 to defend these two players. So in reality, player 3 could still get it and drive towards the rim, and now he could pass over to player 4 for a layup, he could pass up to player 5 for a shot, or he could pass to player 5 who would then be able to pass to 4. There's a couple of different options coming out of this play. Now against the 2-3 zone defense, most likely what you're going to be seeing is player 1 dropping off just a bit to let player 2 defend, and then just waiting to pounce on player 1 once he gets outside of player 2's zone, in which case player 2 would then just drop down. Defensively, that's most likely what's going to happen. Now, what's going to happen here now is we're going to have player 5. He's going to be setting that screen for player 1. Player 1 is then going to be driving, or one of two things can happen. He can drive towards the rim, he can collapse those two players and get player 4 or 3 open for a shot, or player 3 open for cutting down the baseline. Or instead, what could happen is he could come out to that three-point line or the free throw line extended area where he could jack that three-point shot. Player 5 could also be rolling towards the basket. Player 4 could be inside sealing his man so that player 5 could get him the ball and the layup. So there's a couple of different options. Player 5 could also kick out, way out to player 2 for a three-point shot. There's multiple different options that come out of this play as well. Now, I hope that these plays help your team win more games. If they do, let us know in the comment section below. If you have any ideas for videos, again, comment below. I would love to hear from you, and I'll see you guys again later on today for the second video of the day.